Hey everyone, it's me again, Brittany, and I'm here today to show you my October bullet journal spread. I'm actually so happy with how this one turned out. I knew from the start that I wanted this month to be a little bit more whimsical, a little bit mystical, to have like some really cool vibes and have a lot of purple in it. I definitely was going for a slightly more witchy theme for this awesome month of October, and I really feel like I succeeded. I think that overall most of the spreads were a little simplistic, like I didn't go above and beyond or anything like that, but I just really like how all the colors mesh together, and the drawings that I did do I think go really well with the overall theme. I did try out even more of the Arteza art supplies that they sent to me a couple of months back. Each time I do a new spread, I try and include a little bit more of what they gave me because I'm still learning how to use it, and I just feel like, you know, got to do it through practice. So I actually ended up using the real brush pens a little bit throughout this spread because I wanted a more watercolory vibe, and I really do think that as far as like watercolors in bullet journals go, the Arteza real brush pens work really well for it. It doesn't add as much water as you might need with real watercolors, and I just overall really think that it did a good job, and I definitely want to try it out more in an actual like watercolor style drawing. And I did try and use them as markers in some places, and I think they worked really well for that as well. So besides that, I really hope that you enjoy this bullet journal spread, and yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so for this month's theme, I actually ended up deciding to go with something a little bit more simple, just going more for like a vibe more than anything. So you're gonna see a lot of purples, a lot of watercolor, a lot of star doodles, but I do really like that for my pages red, I did little cauldrons. They definitely make the page a little bit more witchy, which is exactly what I was going for. Here I actually ended up trying to draw a crescent moon because I thought I was going to go with like a theme for it on the corners of my pages, but you'll see that the watercolor kind of makes it moot. And for the watercolors, I was actually using the Arteza real brush pens along with the water pen that came with the package. So I really had no ideas for what I wanted the rest of my spread to look like, but I actually did decide to start adding in my TBRs to my spreads because I did want to kind of keep myself accountable and see if I'm actually doing them or not. And yeah, I ended up kind of just going with a cursive-y, whimsical, vibey page. Do end up actually laying water down and doing some more watercolor since it bled through so much, but this is going to be the last page I do it for because it does bleed so much and it just kind of causes more mayhem than anything else. And here I'm doing my favorite spread, my Books Red spread. The little ruler though was kind of inconvenient for this, so definitely have to pull out the bigger ruler next time. And for my quotes page, I ended up just wanting them to kind of blend out into different shades of purple, and I ended up just doing some very simple kind of witchy doodles around it, and I kind of really like how it turned out. And for this month, I end up doing 5 weeks for my video tracker because there are almost 5 weeks in October, and I just figured it would be easier to track all my videos and my growth that way. And I did leave the Bookstagram out and just put back my ideas spread, which I missed so much in last month's. So after doing those little doodles, I really had no idea where I wanted to go, but I figured that I could keep up the moon theme that was kind of rising up in my spread, and I did the little moon phases with doodles around it, and then I added a quote, and I actually love how this little area looks, and it was just spur of the moment. And here you're just going to see me outlining the doodle I had made of Kiki and Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. It does cut out at a certain point when I'm doing the coloring and things like that, so it is going to kind of jump ahead at that point. And then here I'm gonna just draw Gigi saying, "Kiki, look, it's me," when he's pointing at a cup. It's one of my favorite scenes, but this one also cuts out. I was running out of battery and storage on my camera at this point in the night, so you're not actually gonna watch me finish my spread, and I'm really sorry about that, but it is what it is. And lastly, we just have a flip through of what my journal ended up looking like for this month. I do really like it. We just have my title page with the watercolory whimsicalness. The crescent moon, you can see, got completely blurred out. And then we just have a simple TBR haul pages read page with watercolors again. And a books read and quotes page. This one's really the most simple of them all, but I love how the purples all look together. And I ended up adding a ton more of the little constellations around all the spreads. It looks a little messy, but And here's the Bookstagram moon phases spread. I love this. It's actually the phases of the moon, and I just love how it turned out. And the finished Kiki's page with a quote from Kiki's Delivery Service. So I hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, that's really it for the spread. Overall, I just think that it turned out really cool. I did leave space at the very end, probably for my Witchathon spread. I definitely want to participate in Witchathon this year. I had so much fun doing it last year during October, and I definitely want to do it again, but I was kind of worn out by the end of my spread, so I left it for another day. And yeah, I really just like how it turned out with like the Kiki page. I had to add a Kiki page because Yeah, and I actually love my Bookstagram tracker. This is something a little new. I decided to just start doing my Bookstagram thing on a separate page, and for this one specifically, I ended up just doing the moon phases, and they actually correspond with what the moon phase is for that day, and I just really, really like that. It's a little messy, but you know, it's the idea that counts. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.
We're beautiful creatures.